What's up guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to my favorite stock in the entire market right now. Now this is a Canadian penny stock and I bet you most of you definitely do not know of it, but it's called Fire and Flower. So this is a cannabis retail business. And wow, I gotta say, this stock has so much potential and is currently extremely undervalued. And towards the end of the video, I'm gonna be going through some articles and financial information where I'll explain why it's undervalued. But in part, it's undervalued and beaten down basically because of the 2018 cannabis bubble that occurred in Canada. It scared investors away, and I just think people are avoiding cannabis stocks because of it. But this creates a great buying opportunity. So in this video, I'm going to be going through their investor presentation, giving you guys an overview of what the business is, and then we're going to go into the chart, their financial information, a couple articles and what analysts are expecting, and then we're breaking down my thesis on this stock and what kind of return you guys can expect with it. Okay, so this is their investor presentation. It says here they're positioned to become a leading global cannabis retailer. So right now they're in Canada. Fire and Flower is a purpose-built independent cannabis retailer launched in Canada with its sights set on global expansion as legal cannabis markets emerge. So I do not know how to pronounce this one company's name. Couche-Tard Strategic Investment. Couche-Tard is it's Circle K, those convenience stores that's basically all over the world. Well, they're heavily invested in Fire and Flower, and that's partly why this is such an exciting company to invest in. They have a huge backing by Circle K that's funding them on this huge growth mission. And so far, Fire and Flower has been performing extremely well, but it's not yet reflected in their stock price. So let's look at their management team. So I've done a video on Planet 13 before where I said I really liked how their CEO was a lawyer. Well, good thing for this company as well. You can see here that their CEO, Trevor Fencott, is also a corporate and regulatory lawyer. This is so important for cannabis companies to have something like this on their board. There's so many regulations and laws and things changing in the cannabis industry all over the world. So in my opinion, you just absolutely need an experienced lawyer. So that's a huge positive for this company, but he's not the only one who has experience. You can see here that the executive team has had experience in all of these companies: Walmart, Lululemon, Target, Marks, Breck. You can go through it. But essentially, they have a very experienced management team, and that's something I definitely look for in a stock. If it's not a good management team, I don't even look at it. Two most important things to me when I'm looking at a stock from a fundamental basis is their management team and their business model. If I don't like one of those, I don't even bother investing in the company. Okay, so here it says they have a strategic investment with Alimentation Couche-Tard Circle K of 380 to 830 million of potential growth capital for Canadian and international growth opportunities. This is so huge. We're gonna go into exactly how big Fire and Flower is right now within Canada. They're currently rapidly expanding and it's going extremely well for them, but also they have so much untapped potential here that they haven't even touched on. And yeah, I think this is just something that's really important that they have this back in by Circle K. Then also here it says Hi-Fire digital retail analytics platform providing an additional high margin revenue channel. So essentially, I believe this is their e-commerce site where you can buy online. It has different analytic tools to help them out. So they do generate a lot of revenue through this, I believe. If you go online to their website, almost like all of their products is sold out. So yeah, they're definitely selling products online at a really good pace. And then also, I actually called up a lot of stores all around Canada just to talk to the employees and ask them if they were busy. And you know, of course, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. They could tell you anything, they could be lying. But all of them basically told me that they're busy and doing well. So yeah, that's a good sign that the employees are saying that they're busy. And some of them gave me approximate numbers. In some of the small towns, they're seeing up over 100 customers a day. And that's pretty good to me. Like, these are small town Albertas, I was calling. And over 100 customers a day, I mean, pretty good. In the cities, I think they're doing a lot better. I actually talked to a corporate executive. I called Fire and Flower directly and asked them how they were doing. And he told me that in the East, in Ontario, they're doing extremely well. They don't have data out west in Alberta yet, so he just doesn't know. But in the East, they're doing really good. So that's another good sign. And this is something I do when I invest in a company. I treat it as if I'm almost buying the company. So I'll call up stores, I'll call the executives, I'll send them emails, ask them questions. I don't care if they get back to me, but if they do with information, that's just something I want to know. So yeah, really good positive feedback on that. So here basically says full e-commerce platform including fast lane, click and collect, curbside pickup, rapid delivery, and in-store pickup services. So some of these services like curbside pickup, I think that they enabled during the health crisis to help boost their revenues and just make it more convenient for people. Not everybody wants to go in a store, you know, people are concerned with the health crisis. So yeah, I like to see how this company adapted to that, and I think it's a pretty good success for them so far. Now moving forward here they're talking about their agreement with Circle K. So essentially, Circle K is one of the largest retailers with over 16,000 stores in 25 countries. Let that sink in for a second, okay? They are partnered with Circle K with over 16,000 stores in 25 countries. And Circle K is invested in this company. They want Fire and Flower to do well. I mean, the growth is just unlimited in this company. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please drop an early thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and boosts my YouTube algorithm. But yeah, this is honestly my favorite stock in the market right now, guys. So I hope you appreciate this find that I have for you guys. But let's continue with the video. Okay, so Circle K invested $26 million in convertible unsecured debentures, representing an as converted 9.9% ownership interest. So they currently have about 9.9% interest in the company, but I do believe Circle K plans on taking almost full control of this company. You can see here it says path to control. If exercised, the warrants would increase, let's just say Circle K, I don't know how to pronounce this, Couche-Tard's ownership interest to 50.1% on a fully diluted basis. Now this provides between 380 to 830 million of growth capital if fully exercised. So I think that Circle K is gonna opt to do this because Fire and Flower, from my understanding of what I've researched, they are doing really well. So I think Circle K is gonna get pretty serious in this company. So yeah, this is just huge opportunity, and it's so important for a small penny stock like they are to have this kind of backing. Just remember, this stock is trading at 82 cents right now, and we're gonna go into their chart after this presentation. So some of their goals here is accelerate Fire and Growth pace of growth and expansion in Canada and internationally. So they are trying to grow internationally. Right now they're just in Canada. They're going to leverage Circle K's vast international infrastructure and experience for global expansion opportunities. So you can see here, they are going to be using Circle K to expand globally. This is just such a huge opportunity. I can't stress it enough to you guys. So you can see just exactly how fast they are growing. In Q2 of this year, they had 50 stores. In Q3, 65, Q4, 78. And you can see here going to 2021, by the end of 2021, they're expected to have 118 stores. That's more than a doubling of the stores they had in 2020 Q2. That's like absolutely insane growth. Like you do not see this from almost any company in the stock market. And the fact that they're trading at 82 cents, down from $1.50 when they IPO'd a year, I mean, pretty good deal. But let me explain to you exactly why it's such a good deal. Let's look at their chart. So we can see on their chart, they IPO'd around April of last year, and that was at about $1.50. Then immediately they trended down, and then right before the health crisis, they were just above $1. They plummeted all the way down here, and then they climbed back up to above $1, and then since then they've corrected down to about 80 cents. So IPO'd at $1.50, now down to 80 cents. This is a really strong buying opportunity, guys. Even since the IPO'd, they've been executing amazingly since the IPO. It's not like they've been struggling during this health crisis. They've been growing and doing well. So when you see a share price go down and the company's revenues going up, that is usually a pretty good buying opportunity. If you got to do more research than just that. But looking at the chart and from what we know so far, good buying opportunity. But let's dig more into this. Looking at their income statement, so this is on a quarterly basis. In 2019, October 31st, they were generating about 13 million, you can see here. The next quarter of 2020, 16 million, and then 23 million, and then 28 million. So in less than a year, they've gone from generating 13 million to 28 million. That's like 110% increase in less than a year. Like, come on, it is so hard to find a company that is growing at more than 100% a year and its stock price losing value. That is really rare. but I have a good theory on why this is. But it's not just my theory, it's actually Motley Fool's theory as well, which I really agree with, but we're gonna cover that towards the end of this video. But first, let's look at what analysts are saying. So when you're looking at the years here, it says current year 2021, this is actually 2020. I don't know why some stocks in Yahoo Finance do this. So this year, they're anticipating 116% growth. And yeah, this is accurate. They're gonna grow at about 116% this year. And keep in mind, they're growing at 116%, the share price dropped in half. Really good buying opportunity, guys. Next year, they're expecting a 94% growth again. So they're going to double their revenues again. If you look at here for the year, the average estimate this year is 110 million, where next year it's 215 million. Guys, the current market cap is 134. In a year from now, we're going to be generating 200 million with a market cap of 134 million. And this company is a high growth stock right now. Like this valuation is this valuation is the best I can find in the stock market. I'm really not kidding you. And this is what I do all day long. I try to find great opportunities in the stock market. So if you guys are appreciating this video so far, please drop the thumbs up, subscribe if you like this kind of content. But we're not done yet. I want to cover an article by Motley Fool. So they came out with an article, I think about a month ago. It says here, a sub $1 stock that's actually worth betting on. And Motley Fool is not huge on penny stocks. They try to find good valuations, so keep that in mind. So it says here, now that my penny stock warning is out of the way, I'd like to draw your attention to a compelling sub $1 penny stock that's a decent valuation relative to its growth prospects. Moreover, the firm has the backing of an established behemoth that has vested interest 9.6% stake in the business. That's Circle K they're talking about. So it says down here, the cannabis bubble has burst, and although there's a ton of value to be had in the industry, there are few buyers at these depths. While many pot shops are popping up across Canada, Fire and Flower should be a preferred play because its recent co-location initiatives with Couche's Circle K convenience stores in the province of Alberta. Fire and Flower pot shops and Circle K could form a meaningful partnership with one another. When it comes to retail, it's all about location, location, location. As you may know, the Circle K tends to garner a considerable amount of foot traffic. An adjacent pot shop will benefit from such foot traffic as consumers look to pick up cannabis products alongside their Circle K store mini haul. Munchies and weed are perfect complements. Now, before I break down this article, just one more paragraph for you guys. Now, I'm not an advocate of playing takeover roulette. However, given Fire and Flower has unique advantages over its peers in the pot retail space, and the fact that shares are dirt cheap on a price to sales basis of 1.7 times sales at the time of writing, I'd say FAF stock is a high upside bet with less downside risks than most other penny stocks out there. I don't think Motley Fool could have said this better. This is exactly what I was thinking when I saw this stock. They're trading at 1.7 times sales right now, but in a year they're gonna double their sales. This is just not sustainable. This stock price has to somewhat go up with the way this company is growing. So yeah, I mean, do I even really need to say anything more about the stock? If this is just such a phenomenal opportunity. This stock and Planet 13 are both very interesting stocks that I think are both going to do extremely well. But the difference between Planet 13 and Fire and Flower is that Fire and Flower's valuation is way better than Planet 13's currently. So that's why I'm currently investing more heavily in Fire and Flower than Planet 13, just because I think they're so undervalued. And a big reason why, guys, is because of that 2018 cannabis bubble burst. A lot of investors really got hurt in that bubble. And a lot of these investors were first-time investors. They were excited about the stock market. And I mean, that leaves a bad taste in people's mouths for quite a while. But don't let that deter you from investing now. That creates great opportunity. And honestly, usually penny stocks are high risk. And I happen to usually agree with that. But this stock I really do think is an exception. So if you guys appreciated this kind of research, please drop a thumbs up, feel free to subscribe, and comment down below what you think about Fire and Flower. And I'll see you guys in the next video.